first video on this channel was about the not like other girls girl. Over a year later, the very same concept is back, under another name, the pick-me girl. The good news is, more content for me, but the bad news is, well, kind of everything about this phenomenon. Before we get into that, a quick overview for those of you who aren't familiar with the phrase pick-me girl. Generally, a pick-me girl is defined as a girl who works to impress men and be seen as one of the good ones. She tends to be misogynistic to other women in order to get male approval.
I don't have one female friend left.
Oh, no, of course you don't. You're a man's woman. You hate other women and they hate you?
Urban Dictionary, a very reputable source, defines it as a woman who's willing to do anything for male approval. She will embarrass or throw other women under the bus to achieve this goal.
Like, I felt like you were bonding more with Kylie because she's like into makeup and stuff, and I'm totally not.
Though this term certainly intersects with the not like other girls concept, it differs slightly. The idea of the pick-me girl is generally centered more around interactions with men. It's all about internalized misogyny and male validation, whereas the not like other girls mindset can sometimes stem from simply feeling alone and not fitting in.
Are most girls more interested in the pretty maidens from the songs?
Most girls are idiots.
This pick-me girl mindset is more than just annoying, of course. It results in these women trying to put others down however possible, often through slut-shaming or demonizing stereotypically feminine traits.
She wears high heels, I wear sneakers. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers.
The reason the term pick-me girl was created in the first place was to criticize internalized misogyny. It can be traced back to the tweet like a pick-me girl trend on Twitter, but its popularity recently exploded on TikTok and other social media platforms. Most would agree that these girls exist and that they need to be criticized. In fact, most girls would probably tell you that they had a not like other girls or pick-me phase at some point in their lives. But why is this phenomenon so common? In short, the patriarchy. Women are socialized from a young age to desire male approval and validation, and a quick way to achieve this is by putting other women down.
We see male attention as the holy grail of our existence by and large, and so we compete with other women for our own self-esteem.
Internalized misogyny often manifests itself in these pick-me girl tendencies. Similarly to the not like other girls idea, this can also stem from a desire to be seen by men as individuals, as apart from other women, not viewed through the lens of stereotypes about women.
God, this is why I like hanging out with guys. Women are so complicated and so much drama.
The term pick-me was created because people, namely women, were sick of the misogynistic ways other women were acting. It's a method of calling out internalized misogyny and discouraging women from belittling other women. It's a criticism of the pick-me girl that I outlined at the start of this video. Women that reaffirm sexist stereotypes for male validation, women that slut-shame, women that put down other women.
You constantly make excuses for men's bad behavior. You make sexist jokes against women, and you victim blame no matter the situation.
Wow. This criticism grew in popularity as these pick-me girls also grew in popularity, with the rise of things like TikTok trends that encourage this mindset, such as videos with these captions and this song playing, or this trend that prompts girls to introduce themselves as the reason girls hate them, which usually gets answers like these ones. And there are a lot of genuine criticisms to be made here, whether that be about things that are simply annoying or things that actively perpetuate sexism. Regardless of why it's the case, women who exhibit these pick-me traits preserve cycles of misogyny and putting other women down. But the term pick-me isn't always used as a criticism of sexism, or at least that's not always how it works out. Like a lot of other terms I've discussed on this channel, what began as a criticism of sexism has become a perpetrator of sexism. Too often, any woman who demonstrates traits that aren't stereotypically feminine is immediately labeled as a pick-me, or even just women who do random things. The word has become overused to say the least. Even trends intended to call out actual pick-me behavior are now labeling pretty random things, like in the videos here, as such. Labeling women as pick-me's so often means that there is nothing women can do to escape labels drenched in sexism. If you like chick flicks and shopping, you're labeled as basic and too girly, but if you like sports and video games, you're a pick-me. It's great for women to try to reclaim their femininity by realizing that they truly do like makeup and pink and quote-unquote girly things. This is a form of overcoming internalized misogyny. But some women just don't like pink, and that's not necessarily a result of internalized misogyny. An issue arises when people who just happen to not like traditionally feminine things, like pink, are immediately labeled as pick-me's. Take, for example, this video titled Kendall Jenner Being a Pick-me that features her saying pretty harmless things like,
I was more into sports and being a tomboy. I have a basketball obsession. It's really embarrassing.
although the patriarchy is very influential in women's lives, not everything women do has an ulterior motive. Women sometimes just do things because they enjoy them, not for male attention. It's great to see women growing out of phases dictated by a desire for male validation, but for some women, this doesn't mean suddenly being ultra-feminine. Some women will continue to not like pink and only wear mascara, and that doesn't inherently make them pick-me's. All too often, labels meant to criticize internalized misogyny quickly turn to just criticizing women and perpetuating a cycle of women putting down other women. And although the phrase sometimes is used accurately, even in those situations it's not fantastic. It's important to recognize that pick-me's don't act like that for no reason. They're a result of sexism. As annoying as many of the pick-me behaviors are, it's important to bear in mind that ultimately the problem isn't pick-me girls. It's the sexism that makes them that way.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
All that said, if you're picking which YouTube channel to subscribe to, pick me. Sorry that my outro lines get cheesier with every video, but feel free to like and comment and all that. Thanks for watching.